Well, sure. So my cousin Maggie, who I grew up with, who's the same age as me, she's more like a sister. Her daughter is affected with Rett syndrome. One of the biggest challenges emotionally, I think, for Rett syndrome is the fact that you seemingly have, a normal, healthy child for the first 6 to 18 months of their life, and then slowly over time, kind of realize that that's not the case.
Our work has always been about empowering kids, giving them choices, giving them voice. And for us, learning about Rett syndrome, we felt like there was no more important way to put our resources behind giving kids a voice.
Sure, I'm Amy Pasquarello.
I'm Tony Pasquarello. We're proud godparents to Ruby Randall.
Rett syndrome entered our lives in August of 2010 when Ruby was diagnosed at 15 months. She was at the time just 2 months older than our twins.
A good friend of mine and business partner, Jonathan Epstein, he and Heidi have been friends with my wife Michelle and I for 15 years. We worked together in Tokyo, and so their daughter Hannah has Rett, and we've known Hannah since she was born.
My connection to Rett syndrome is through Zoe Rothschild. Zoe is I call her my niece. She's really my cousin's daughter. Zoe is a fun, loving, mischievous, adorable little girl who you can't help but fall in love with the moment you meet her.
So my connection to Rett syndrome is through Monica and Peter. We worked together in 84, 85. So fast forward, they get married and they had their first baby, Chelsea, and about a year and a half later, we discovered that Chelsea has Rett syndrome.
I think the worst thing about Rett syndrome is probably that it takes away a girl's ability to communicate and to relay to the people around them what it is that they want to say, what it is that they want to do, what it is that they need. That said, there are so many different challenges. For example, I don't know what it feels like to go through a seizure, and I can't imagine how much that must hurt and how scary that must be.
To not have the independence to feed yourself or go to the bathroom on your own, or wash your hair, or tell your mom and dad that something is bothering you, or tell your brother to stop climbing on you.
I have a 13-year-old daughter who is very communicative, and to be a young girl like that and not be able to express themselves the way I'm sure they want to express themselves really brings it to home.
To never have a moment to stop even worrying about, is she okay, or is she in pain, or are her medications right, or is she going to have a seizure?
And I feel that girls with Rett syndrome probably feel misunderstood because there is a healthy, vibrant girl underneath kind of a broken body.
So here are some adjectives that come to mind in terms of what a girl like Chelsea must feel to be afflicted by Rett syndrome. The first thing is helplessness, the inability to communicate. The second is a bit of loneliness, that they're inside this bubble by themselves without the ability to communicate outside effectively.
I also think that it would be amazingly scary to not have any control or any choice about what's going on in my life.
Frustrating. Scary. Unfair.
The effort that these girls have to exert to walk or to try different exercises, it's got to be pretty tiring. So I would think tired would be an adjective as well.
I think the strength of our SRT is really just rooted in Monica's belief and determination to find a cure for Rett.
I am like probably every other doting aunt and often hug and kiss her and put my arms around her, and I imagine probably drive her a little bit crazy with that. And so I dream of her someday saying, you know, Aunt Hope, get off me. Leave me alone. Stop hugging me. Stop kissing me.
I sometimes like to think that Ruby, other than her inability to speak, is as present as any other child, and that one day when she can speak, she'll play it all back for us. Hopefully not everything.
Many of us take life's little things for granted. Eating a meal, walking across the street, and in a heartbeat it can change. And I hope all of you will consider that, because I do believe that a cure is around the corner, but we can't do it without everybody. It takes a village.
And if I could just say something to Madison and to all Rett Angels out there, that, you know, we can see who you are. We can see that you're beautiful and smart and charismatic, and that more than anything, you have an incredible fighting spirit. We can see who you are.